Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness. This is a Kickstarter narrative-heavy miniatures board game. Who would have thought? I get plenty of those. And this is a big one. Oy. The box for shipping was really heavy, like hurt heavy. Of course, that is also with every expansion in it, and this is just the core game. I don't know if this is the normal core game or a Kickstarter exclusive version, because it's a really big box, but considering how the terrain works in this game, I'm going to guess this is taken up by the normal game. An unspeakable evil, a darkness, spreads across the land, bringing corruption, terror, and death. Age of Darkness is a fully cooperative strategy board game of tactical combat and dungeon crawl style adventure for 1 to 5 players. Bunch of different stuff in terms of what it does from there on out, but yeah, there's like blurb takes up half the back in its column. Ooh, lots of stuff. So yeah, miniature story, dungeon crawling. Let's get to this. Oh, big box, big box, big box. The world desperately needs heroes to face the great evil and protect us from the upcoming Age of Darkness. Its evil is as vague as the Dark Console is in Super Dungeon Explorer. Yeah! Whew, there we go. And this is from Creative Game Studios, who I have never heard of before. But they make their own sleeves, which, okay. Stupid vacuums. Okay. Yeah, just stuff. So, to begin with, we've got the rulebook, which I've started reading, but pointing out the thickness there, is a 50-something page rulebook. Glad to have the physical version. Chronicles of Drunagor. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, yeah, lots and lots of rules. Then we've got the adventure book. Here it go. Which, to my knowledge, is basically a campaign guide. Start Here guide, which hopefully has quick rules on how to play, which it might. Yeah, oh yeah, it does. Okay, so this isn't just like, okay, this is your first thing you open, this is your second. But yeah, this is the size of a normal rule book. Whee! Then it looks like we've got some advertisements. As we all know, the world has changed. Darkness has come. We have fought. We keep on fighting. But in 2021, the apocalypse is coming. I'm assuming it's the expansion of this, or sequel. Then we've got what looks to be a thank you note that I'll read later from the actual company. Player aid chart. Double-sided. Only one of these, but yeah, sides are different, so there's just that much info. A notepad, I think, to track everything by the looks of it. I think that's... Yep, yes it is. Actually looks the same from the original, from what was in the rulebook. Some stuff I will put aside for now. Interaction book. So there's these interaction things that... Basically, this is... You found something on the board. Go to entry blah in here. I'm not even going to open that. Well, no. Well, let's go ahead. Worst case scenario, I edit out the spoilers. Don't know which one's the front and which one's the back, but my guess is this one. Okay, yeah, it is just immediately into a scene. I know nothing, actually. I think I couldn't remember which one was the example in the Kickstarter, so yeah, if you want to go see an example of it, go there. I don't want to spoil stuff. Then we've got a bag for pulling stuff out of, or holding stuff. 2 drawstrings. Has all the, I believe, runes from the game. Yes, there will be a better example in a bit. Then we've got some tiles. Oh, the tiles are nice and thin, which makes sense for the system that they use. But this would actually be appreciated more. It's just better quality thin tiles than the full cardboard thickness. And there's a cat. Say hi, Ink. Okay. So, a bunch of those. One of them is nothing but darkness. Huh. Age of Darkness, you don't say. Then some larger tile sets, about twice the size. These I'm not going to open. These are the interactions that I was mentioning, but I will explain how they work. So basically, the map, you'll see how the map itself works, but these fold up and stand as actual doors to walk up to, or at least that's the case with these specifically. Punch outs. 6 sheets to be precise, and here's the runes I was talking about. But let's get to opening this. Again, I've only read some of the rules, so I don't know what all these are. But, like I said, runes. This is darkness. Like, it's just a generic inky blotness. My guess is bleed. Curse tokens. I just came across those. Some health, bonus hits. Everything else is the same on the other side, except anything that says a number is doubled. So the 30s or 60s, all the 1s or 2s, except the runes, which look more like texture pieces. Then we got more of the same, except we've got whatever this is, which is the same on both sides. Same thing with this. I'm going to guess that's slow to root. Different textures pieces on the back of these, and poison is my guess, is also doubled. And again, more of the same, just ish. I know that's shields, which is basically temporary hit points. I don't know. That would make me think clues, because it's a magnifying glass. Possibly actual temporary hit points. It's a heart with wings and a +1, maybe lives. Looks like a charge, honestly. And different texture pieces on the back. Also, mostly more of the same, except for whatever this is. And the bottom row here, which are the same on each side. And then we get into other things. So that's it. Yeah, looks like there was more than 6. More tokens and some cardboard board pieces. I know why those are cardboard. There's a reason. They are specifically bridges. There are rope bridges on the other side and stone bridges on this side. All of these are just various tokens that I'm not fully aware of. Like, I don't know what the trap is. There's some darkness, no penalty. So, yeah, I don't know how. This is actually the initiative tracker, which apparently is in 2 pieces. Maybe 3? Nope, just 2. Then more tokens that I don't know the full use of. Then some pets/familiars. They function the same, and the rest of the initiative tracker. Kind of sad that that's broken up in 2 pieces rather than 1 folded piece. And more of the earlier layout, but again, different tokens, but all previous ones. So lots of darkness, like a lot more than I expected. I thought there was maybe like what was on 1 sheet. Alright, so then the game comes with a bunch of different storage containers for your characters and such. There are 6 of these in total. They've all got same top, same bottom. Don't know exactly how these are intended to store stuff. I know this is a mostly smaller card game. not standard size, so there's that. 3 of them show up blank. 3 of them already have stuff in them. Alright, so first one is just a bunch of color base rings. Just gonna put that right back in there. Then we've got cards. I'll get back to these later if they're cards. Same thing over here, except there's also a pair of dice, and I will just save those when I get to those in general, because there's more. I'm only about a quarter of the way through the box. Now we have larger tiles. Only 4 of these. All darkness! Yay, that sounds fun. What happens in the dark doesn't stay in the dark. Alright, and then it gets into a really nice tray system here, starting with the character sheets on the top, with a storage space for them. Including the health trackers for the enemies, and the camp and the Undead King. Basically, the big bad evil. And then the 5 base characters of the game and their sheets. I don't know why 4 of them are double-sided and 1 of them isn't. Interesting. We've got Elors, Elf Assassin. Oh, that's an entirely different character. Shadow, a freed assassin. Jaheen, human cleric, who also has Pietro, human cleric. Lorila, elf mage, with Arcanos, human mage. Maya, human ranger. Nothing on the other side. And Lorne, dwarf warrior, with Duncan, dwarf warrior. That's why I was confused. I was looking at him as the first double-sided. I was just like, what? Is it just aesthetic? And didn't notice the name. Gel packet. Always appreciate it, because I keep those around for drying other things out. And then we get into the interestingness of this. First, actually, let's start off with, so we got another thing. Got some more tiles, but they're not inside. They're stored on top. Although it looks like some of them are inside. So yeah, they really thought this through, in terms of storage space. Yeah, that looks like about as small as those tiles get. And we got some long ones. Ooh, yep, deserty deathfish. And some not so long ones. Not more of those. Including one of just like treasure. Yeah, treasure. Because, you know, dungeon crawl. Then, yeah, nice trays! So, this is what the other tiles are stored in. So, not only do the tops actually have storage, so do obviously the trays themselves. I'm guessing this is for tokens. This is... yeah, you can hear it. So, this is probably some generic tokens, some less likely used, possibly the runes. Although, I don't know. I know this game uses D20s, but I've only seen one in the box. I know I got as a bonus item for the pledge level I did a set of 5 D20s. Yay. This was the one with the character sheets in it. And just store stuff. Sort of. So my guess is this stores all the darkness and everything. And I don't know, but whatever it is, it looks like it's intended to be stored in there at an angle. I like detailed storage cases being part of the game, rather than people encouraging you to buy them for however much from what other companies. Not that their product isn't good, it's just annoying. Alright, So, then we've got a good chunk of the miniatures, or at least the small ones. I want to make sure I've got everything in front of me right. Okay, yes. Or more so, I wanted to make sure I was at the bottom of the box. I'll get to the miniatures later. I like to save those for last, but we've got cubes! Various colors denoting different types of things, but they're all action cubes. This game is basically spend action cubes to do things, for the most part. So, before I move on to the cards next, this game comes with multiple different trays that don't store things, or if they do, they kind of store things. This is the map. This is why the tiles are so thin, because they store on top of these things, so that they can actually be set up for multi-layered terrain. So not always on top of this stuff, but they can. I don't know if stuff's intended to be stored in these. I know that the gaps here were always there, but I didn't know how it would function. There's a bunch of different other ones over here. So that was the big one. We've got two stacked on top of each other that are multi-layered, and then another two that are about the same size that aren't multi-layered. Same size as the other. And these are the slots here that those doors would go in. So that's really kind of cool. It's like, hey, here's this thing to investigate that you actively can see as a player without knowing what it is. So, there's that for now. Let's get to the cards, because I have to put those aside. First, let's start off with the dice in it. There are actually only 2 dice for this game. Standard. What looks like negative status effect random die, because I guess it's poison, bleeding, slow, possibly root. I don't know. And then 2 blanks. And then a standardized D20. I think the extra ones had something on the 20s or the 1s. And then we've got 3 packs of cards. 2 here. Sorry, 4 packs of cards. And 2 here. Also, those character trays, they do stack nicely if you leave them open. So if you're somebody who's like, let's get rid of the box and just put it aside, when they're empty, they won't take up a lot of room. Alright, so, again, small size cards. I don't even know the context of all of these. I know which ones are treasure cards, and that's about it, because that's the only ones they've explained so far. I'll recognize ability cards from the front, not the back. Which is what we've got right off the bat. But first we've got stats for said familiar / pets. They're literally the same in all but name. Generic abilities, because they are with their stats, or such as range, melee, agility. Oh no, these are the character ones. They have the characters right on it. I just expected a name. They just also say what slot they are. Then we get into some equipment, which, yeah. I don't know how this stuff fully works. Otherwise, I would go into more detail about it. I know bits. I'm about a quarter of the way through the rules. Again, lots of rules. Some nice item cards. Then we get the actual enemy cards, which remind me actually a lot of the Zombicide enemy cards, but not really. I don't know why they do. The art style just seems kind of similar. Doesn't help the first ones. An Abomination, we got an Executioner. There's multiples of each of these, and they're actually different versions, or mostly different versions. Cotton Flesh. There are miniatures for these. Shadow Vampire. Does it eat shadows? Does it eat light? Is it just a vampire? Shadow Cultist. Yeah, you got a few extra arms. Skeletal Archer. Some what look like higher level weapons. Screw you, plastic. Some specific cards, like one is for the Undead King haunting, and the other one is Darkness haunting. And we got some... These look like crafted, because they've got an anvil on the back, but... bunch of equipment. Like, too many for me to really cover. If people would like me to do a detailed overview of this, I can always get permission to show off the artwork in more detail and rules fully. And I'd be more than willing to once I'm done catching up on all my unboxings and some other board game overview videos. Then we've got the initiative cards for the classes. Oh, okay, I think the other side... Oh, no. I know the other side of the initiative card is if somebody's not playing them, they can show up as enemies. I was about to say the other side of the character sheets were the bad versions, and then I realized, oh, no, those are different characters. And then we've got some... I'm not sure. Are these might just be reminders of what to do when you level up. Next back art. I like change places. Then we got more crafted stuff. This looks like actually the one that would have gone in between the two in terms of production. But c'est la vie. And some... I'm not sure. Their icon is a dagger in an hourglass. These are the treasure ones. It's usually stuff that you can just keep in your inventory, which you can hold 2 things of. Not that you can't hold unused equipment, but that's still one of the 2 slots. And then the last packet of cards, we've got some cards involving the Undead King, who again is kind of the big bad boss of the adventure in the core game. The generic class abilities, because other characters can be other classes. Something involving commander attack. It's, I think, the same on both. Yeah, it's the same on both sides. Might be an initiative card, which I think the other ones actually were. First, let's point out more treasures, which random loot deck basically. Then we've got the generic abilities, because you have roles that you pick on top of your class, such as controller, defender, leader, striker, and support. These actually are on top of whatever your class is, your character, and this chooses your initiative. Alright, so that leaves just the miniatures. We've got the 5 characters. Archer with a giant crossbow. Really big. Almost as long as she is tall. The wizard, it looks like it's only the front side models. I don't know if the others might be in one of the other trays, or if they came in other expansions. The assassin. No way I can remember any other names, by the way. Cleric. Big giant hammer. Makes me think more of paladin. And dwarf. Definitely axe and hammer. Then we got the, I think, Darkness Cultists. I can remember because of all the various arms. There's 4 of each of the next few, including that one. Big giant golden scythe thingy. Flesh zombie abomination thing. Looks like an abomination out of World of Warcraft. But I don't think that was the actual abomination in this game. Ooh, I don't know. And the last one of this tray, which also has 4, is the Skeletal Archers. Details of the miniatures are nice for pre-assembled miniatures. So, means they won't be horrible to paint. Also, I didn't see a lot of extra, plastic on them to shave off. But time will tell on that when I actually dig through. Then we've got the Abomination. There's 3 of these. Three of whatever these are. And then, rather than just leaving there to be a character sheet, the big baddie, Undead King. I'd say his staff looks bent, but it's a spine. So I think it's supposed to be. Face doesn't have as much detail as I'd like, but the crown does. Otherwise, the bottle's really nice looking. Whee! Alright, everyone. That's this whole game, at least the core game. I've got the entire rest of the game stacked behind me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share it. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as, would you like to see this game in more detail? Be that a review, how to play, let's play, painting videos, detailed overviews, or if you want to see other similar games, which I have lots of, in details as well. Feel free to ask. I will try to get to them. Again, got a lot of other videos to catch up on, one thing at a time. And if you'd like to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overviews, my painting videos, all 3 of which I'm willing to do for this game, and anything else you might want to see on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!